Hey guys, gals and legionnaires, Rycon here and welcome back to Seeking Sovngarde. Your voices have been heard and this series is continuing. We will remember fondly those who have fallen before us, but the story will continue with another. Our story begins in Whiterun. Whiterun, which for the most part is a relatively ordinary city, well, with some interesting organizations. But the story I'm here to tell you of today is the story of Manos Dravil and his wife, Favona. Manos and Favona had not lived in Whiterun for long. They were outsiders, refugees who came to Skyrim. With Morrowind in ruin and Solstheim crowded, Skyrim is the next best bet for a lot of Dunmer. However, this has put strains on the relations between Dunmer and the Nords and the other peoples of Skyrim. They had a hard time adjusting to this change. They quickly moved further inland, away from places like Windhelm, where the prejudice against Dunmer seemed to be at its strongest. They found work as assistants in the apothecary. They spent their days grinding ingredients, Manos doing the best he could to learn from his much more talented wife. Before long, the two found themselves with good news. Favona was with child. Manos, being much older, wasn't anticipating children, but welcomed it all the same. However, this is where our story takes a darker turn. Favona's pregnancy was challenging, to say the least. Favona carried Alvela, their daughter, into the world, but she was not long for it. The couple lost their child, and it drove them both into a place of sorrow they had not imagined possible. Manos did all he could to console his wife. However, Favona would not accept Alvela's fate. She spent what little money they had left on books of spells and alchemical formulas. She sought to return Alvela to the land of the living. Manos left for the College of Winterhold to seek knowledge, to help his wife in her cause. After being turned away and barred entry, he returned as fast as he could to Whiterun. In that time, Favona had progressed in her skills. She had begun to raise those from their graves. She held up in the Hall of the Dead as long as she could, the townsfolk and guards becoming aware of her foul deeds. Anders, a priest of Archay, compelled the Jarl to have her slain, and Manos returned, too late. The deed was done. The dead Favona Rose could not protect her, not against the numbers of Whiterun. Her body now lying among those that she rose. The priest had the hall sealed. Manos barred. Whiterun was no home for the Dunmer, forbidden from seeing the remains of his wife. With no chance to say farewell, Manos Dravil left Whiterun, left with all he could carry. But this would not be the last time Manos saw Whiterun. His wife and child still remained there, and he too believed his wife's dream, to return their child to this world, and now to return her. Favona and Alvea would forever be on Manos's mind. She had started him down this path, and he would now walk it at any cost. Manos would not be able to simply walk back into Whiterun, walk into the Hall of the Dead. No, he would need to march, not by himself, but accompanied by an army of the dead. And so Manos would bide his time, study Favona's ways, learn what she had learnt, and end any life that blocked his path, starting with a witch under the trees of Redwood. With no place to stay, Manos would take it for himself. And that, guys and gals, is where our story begins. Alrighty, and here we are, in the shoes of Manos Dravil. Now, something that I didn't really get too much of a chance to explain earlier on is he has a marking across his face. That marking is meant to represent the spilt blood of his wife and child. The handprint scratched across his face. It's something that he applies to himself every day out of bone ash. I know, pretty metal. But this is our first, well, potential victim. We know there is a witch up ahead, and before we do anything else, we're going to jump in and have a look at some of the skills that Manos has at his disposal. Unfortunately, we are very cold at the moment. It has been raining all day, and his journey here has, well, got him pretty much soaked. He only has what he has on his back. He wasn't able to take the proper tools necessary to survive out in the wilds of Skyrim. Now, we know from our introduction that Manos' goal is to return to Whiterun, but he's not going to return alone. He's going to return with an army of the dead. He is a necromancer. He is following in the footsteps of his wife. Favona managed to teach him some things, but he is still an apprentice in this matter. I can't imagine him actually even reviving one of his own. When he left, Favona was still learning. By the time he returned, she obviously succeeded in some capacity. So, let's have a look and see what we have available to us. We're going to see what items we actually start off with. Now, the ones that we actually start off with because of choosing Necromancer are a few of these kind of basic ones. So we have Minor Robes of Conjuration, which are going to allow our Conjuration spells to be a little bit cheaper, but also we're going to generate magicka faster, which is nice. And we've also got some boots of sneaking. We can sneak 20% better, so I'm okay with that as well. We have a little bit of food with us. However, we don't have any water right now. We do have a water skin, but we're going to need to try and source that from somewhere. We have a number of potions, and we actually have a scroll of Conjure Storm Atronach, which I think in a pickle will be a really, really helpful spell for us to have. Now, we've also got Conjure Familiar, Lesser Ward, and Raise Zombie. It's going to be a very important skill for us to have. However, he hasn't had the time to read these books yet. I'm hoping we'll have some time if we can take this little shack for ourselves. We also have a Staff of Mage Light, and that's pretty much about it at this stage. We have some very, very basic spells, but beyond that, not much else. So, let's jump in and have a look at the spells. Before I actually dive too much further in, the main difference that I've kind of got to combat this time round is that we're no longer using Wildcat. We're actually using Similodon something. It starts with S. It's essentially the successor of Wildcat. It's the newer version of it. I've been recommended it a number of times, and we're going to give it a try this time. It's very similar to Wildcat, but it just seems to be a slightly more advanced version of it. And we're not actually going to be playing through on legendary difficulty. Yeah, we're going to be going with Master, which essentially means that with this new combat mod, that we are going to be doing just your basic, regular, normal damage to the enemy, which is essentially 1 times. The enemy will be able to do 2.5 times damage to us, so combat will still be dangerous for us, but it will mean that combat isn't going to be over super, super quick. Sometimes it can go a little bit too fast, and especially with how I'm kind of trying to plan to play this with Manos, you know, most of the time he isn't going to be fighting himself. It is going to be his army of the dead that is fighting for him. And obviously he will supplement them as much as he can. So we're going to be tweaking as we go. As long as I can keep Manos alive, it's going to be a struggle, especially early on. Even just kind of getting our basic survival up and running. That's what the majority of this first episode is going to be. It's going to take him a little bit to get back onto his feet. So let's jump in and see what spells we have available to us. I'm going to favor a few of them along the way. Ancestor's Wrath, which is our racial ability, we are definitely going to hold on to. We're going to grab iNeeds because that's something we need to check on a regular basis. We're going to grab Flames, but I can kind of see us using Sparks more, which we actually have down below. We're going to grab Forage, Healing, Instincts. We don't need any of these here. We'll grab Primitive Cooking, Resourcefulness, and Scrimshaw. This is what I've got selected at the moment. I've just gone through and set all the settings up for that. We're going to grab Sparks as well, and we're going to grab Weather Sense. So essentially the main spells that we have available to us right now are Sparks and Flames. We've got Healing as well, but I kind of imagine us using sparks more than anything. I don't see us using flames too often, especially in the rain as well. I think now's the time that we want to actually go and use sparks. So let's jump out of that menu, come over to our quick menu here, and we're going to go and favorite some of these. Well, at least put them onto numbers. Let's go 8 for iNeed. We won't have one for that right now, and probably 2 for flames, 3 for healing. Forage, we're going to have on 7. Instincts, we're going to have on 6. Let's have resourcefulness on 5, and the others we can just come to as we need them. I think this is okay. So, first things first, let's go and get some sparks out. We are wet. Yes, I know. It's probably not ideal having sparks coming out of our hands during that. We are going to start sneaking and just see what we can kind of see of the witch. Okay. We're probably relatively visible back here, but she doesn't seem to notice us, so while she's over there, we're going to move a little bit faster and just try and come around the side. Now, the good thing about Dhamma is that, we have some basic protection against other mages. Oh, we're drenched. Okay, we're freezing. So I'm going to stop now, just so we can talk a little bit more, because we can die from being freezing, which is obviously not ideal. We need to try and get in there as soon as possible, but I'll try and do this introduction at the same time. Yeah, so we have a 50% immunity to fire, which can be really good. That's, one whole section of magic that we are good against. So I'm hoping that with her being a mage, she's going to be going for flames most of all. I'm going to jump into here really quick. I just realized we didn't actually have our circlet on. So we'll go and chuck that on. That's going to give us a little bit more magicka, which should help us out. And I think we're going to favorite these as well. I'm hoping that we'll be able to take her out in one good strike with the lightning, but we might need to take a potion along the way. And then hopefully we'll be able to read some of these. So, Manos needs to claim this place for himself. He needs somewhere to have a roof over his head. She is in his path, and he won't be stopped now. And so we'll approach. Thank you very much. Yes, we are soaking wet, and that's not good. We need to keep on moving. Okay, and I hear is suffering from frostbite, so we really need to get going, because that's going to impede our magic abilities. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, okay. We got her. She's going down. All right, we need to finish her off. Just enough to do it. And just like that, Manos has claimed his first victim. And not too bad of a place at that. Now, we are freezing at the moment. We need to do something about that as fast as possible. So, first thing we need to do is collect some wood to be able to use in a fire. So, we're going to jump in, and actually, we've got to favorite it. So, we're just going to have a look and see what we can do with our resourcefulness, which is 5. So, let's go ahead, go to resourcefulness here. We want to try and build a campfire, which we can do pretty much anywhere. Okay, we want to be doing it realistically. And we're going to go see, actually, you know what? We'll see if we can place it inside. I think that might actually be better for us. Let's go place it there if we can. You gonna let me? Okay, that works for me. Alright, now let's attempt to use this thing. We don't actually have any wood right now, so we need to try and be fast. I don't know exactly how much, if it's going to give us anything here at all, but we will go through the tutorial. Okay, so we are either going to need books, branches, or kindling. Now we can go and claim some branches, and I think we might just have to try and do that. It is going to be spending more time out there. I don't think there are any potions that we can really take that are going to help us kind of combat the cold. What we're wearing as well isn't going to really help us out either. So I think we just need to take the risk here, and we need to try and go and harvest some wood. This is the really risky part at the moment, so we're going to go and try and gather some branches. It's going to take 30 minutes, but that's 30 more minutes out in the rain. Now, I'm quickly going to jump in, have a look at our magic, our active effects, and we can see that we've got frostbite to our hands and our head. We're also suffering from mild thirst, so not exactly great. Oh, hello. I didn't see that. Your reanimated servants return a portion of your magicka and some health upon their death. Well, that is fantastic. That's good to know. And we have a varied diet like right now, so yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, enough of that. We need to try and get a fire started ASAP. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go use, add some branches, and let's see, add tinder. Okay. Now, I did see some oh my god, I've done it already. Tundra cotton outside. So we're going to go see if we can grab that as quick as possible. I am actually quite nervous about us potentially dying right now. Okay, come on. There's some tundra around here somewhere, surely. Maybe not. Okay. That's a potential problem. We don't actually have an axe or anything yet as well, so chopping deadwood is not going to be possible until we make that. I'm just really hoping that we're going to be able to find some out here. I'm just trying to see if we can see any at all. Come on, Manos, don't give up yet, buddy. No. I know, and you want a drink as well. I'm sure you do. This isn't the kind of region where we'd be seeing them very often. So, all of this is less than ideal. You know, there's a chance that we can run into wolves out here in the woods as well, so all not very good. And you know what? There is a fire across the way there. And now we're feeling hungry. I don't think swimming that's going to be the best choice right now, and we've got a strange texturing going on there at the moment. Not 100% sure why. That fire across the way does look very, very tempting, however. No, we're not going to... Oh, hello, Skeever. Oh, goddamn. Okay. That stopped him. Okay, and we can't afford to stop for that at all. Let's harvest what we can while we're out here. But we really need to try and find some tundra cotton. Either tundra cotton or a beehive, if we can find one. So we also need to keep our eyes up to the trees as well, if we're going to get this fire started. Being out here when we're freezing is just, it's not a good idea at all. Oh, come on, Manos. I know you're freezing. It's not good. We're going to be getting frostbite to other parts of our body. I know there's probably a better chance of us actually finding it in the tundra itself, but we're still not seeing any at all. Less than ideal. Really less than ideal. Okay, alright. I think we're going to have to try and go for a plan 2. Let's see exactly what she has on her. I probably should have checked that at the start. She has a silver dagger. We'll take it. We'll take the backpack from her as well. Alright. Let's go ahead and just chuck them on ourselves so that we have a little bit more carrying capacity. Alright. And we'll favorite that just in case of trouble. Unfortunately, we can't take any firewood from that. That's really quite frustrating. And we don't have anything here, do we? The snowberries we can eat, and they will actually give us a little bit of frost protection, so we'll eat those if we can. Resist fire. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. Probably should have checked at the start to see if there is anything that could be useful to us. Nothing really in here. Carrots, we've got food. We'll take that. Nothing that we can really use yet. Vegetable soup, we might just go ahead and consume that right away. It's not going to be warm, it's not going to be hot, but it's actually going to hydrate us ever so slightly. We've got some gold back in there, but that's not going to help us yet either. Okay, alright. So, next thing we need to look at doing, seeing as that's kind of failed, I want to see exactly how much we need to get this going. We might be able to just make a few wood shavings from what branches we have left. Even if we can get a basic fire going, that would be good. Okay, alright. That's what it's going to have to be for now. Alright, we can't actually use it because we don't have high enough destruction. Okay, surprising. Let's go ahead and use it. And hopefully get this thing burning, because we are in desperate need of warmth. You know, there's a chance that the series could come to a very quick end here. I really hope that isn't the case. Come on. You got this, Manos. If we can get this going, we can warm ourselves up. We can then think about getting ourselves some water. She's going to be our next step in surviving out here. We might end up dragging the witch back inside. I mean, There's water that's going to be leaking through the roof. It's not going to affect this much, but I can understand it, making it more difficult for him to be able to get this thing started. There we go. We have a fragile fire. We've completed that part of it. Now we can use 4 bits of kindling or 4 branches to be able to do this. Yeah, the wood shavings aren't going to do much for us at all, but we have some warmth for the time being. Yeah, I don't see us getting that. We could get some more branches, and that's going to get it to a flickering campfire. If we can warm ourselves up even a little bit here, we can't seem to get any warmer, and that's probably because of how wet we are. Yeah, we're going to be feeling it, no doubt. I don't think starting a fire with our magic outside is going to help us very much at all. Let's jump in and have a look at our active effects and just see how we're hit at the moment. Okay. It's not as bad. Everything else is getting a little bit better. We're very cold currently. But what we really want to try and do is get rid of the dampness that we currently have. And I don't know how much this roof is actually protecting us. I think it will register us as being inside, so hopefully just being next to this campfire, even if just for a little while, will actually help us out. We have to believe, and you know what? I think we might actually be able to use those books to use them as kindling, because they are just your kind of average books. Well, we can't get any warmer right now. That's going to survive for another 30 minutes, so we might be able to. Let's see if we can just exit our hand warming for now. There we go. We managed to break free. Okay, so we do have some ruined books, so we are going to go ahead and take those. We'll be able to use those as kindling. And would you look at that? There's bloody beehive husk in there, which we could use to start a fire. Let's quickly flick through the book and we'll take it for ourselves. Okay, so next thing we are going to need to do, and I've just seen here, there's a cellar beneath here. The witch was hiding something. I don't suppose she has a key about. Doesn't seem that way. There's some clothes there, and there's some leather braces. Now, I imagine wearing the braces is going to impact our magic-using abilities. Possibly. We'll take the food. But what we need right now is water. So we're probably going to have to go get ourselves a little bit more wet, which is less than ideal, but it's needed. So we're going to try and run down to this river as quickly as possible. Right now, survival is our biggest priority, beyond any other goal that we might have. Those books, we certainly want to start reading them, but we won't be able to just yet. With that person across the way, I don't know whether or not they're a hunter or something else. Okay, we've got some water, and let's hope that it's fresh. The fact that we gathered it makes me think that it might be. So, oh, there we go. We're drinking them already. So, I think we'll actually just run back real quick and see if we can fill up some more down by the water. Okay, good. And I suppose we could try and drink. Alright, we are getting damp though, so we are going to head back. We're going to head back and we're going to see if we can collect some wood to get that fire going a little bit more. We're going to burn through some stamina to get us back though. Alright. Let's get back inside. Yeah, not much of a fire left, right? Well, we're going to have to go and try and collect some deadwood, but to be able to do that, I think we are actually going to need a basic kind of axe. So let's see if we can create an axe. Well, we can here. We've actually got some branches necessary to do it. We're going to see if we can build this stone hatchet. Alright, we got one. And what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to try and use the stone hatchet to bash in the door. Because, well, I have added a few other mods this time round, and hopefully the lock won't budge. Damn. It's not impossible, but we didn't get it that time. Let's try again. No. No luck yet. Well, we might have to try again later. For now, we need to head out there. We need to try and collect some more wood. Okay, let's do it. Let's chop some deadwood. I guess we could just get branches, but deadwood is probably going to help us out more because we can turn the deadwood into kindling. Proper kindling. Okay, 2 pieces is a little less than ideal. We'll see if we can get this thing going again. We can add those books, which will be perfect. And you know what? I feel like using wood shavings is going to be better for us. Okay, we're freezing yet again. Less than ideal. And let's get that going. Now there's a chance that getting this fire going again is actually going to help with our fire starting abilities. Really, getting down to that cellar would probably be quite good for us. Because, well, it's going to keep us a little bit drier than being up here, because we can see the rain is actually getting in through the roof, which makes sense because there are many holes in the roof. Yeah. Not the best shack in the world that Manos could have picked out to start his endeavor. Let's get this thing started. Come on, buddy. So I kind of see Manos as being one of these characters that, well, we don't agree with their methods. And our hands are suffering from frostbite. Not so good. Okay, so 4 kindling. So we can actually go into here and we can make some kindling from the dead wood. And that's going to be 4 kindling. Enough for us to get the fire going a little bit more. It can actually be used for cooking as well, which is good. And we can replenish the fuel, putting some rune books in. Burns for 3 hours. Okay, well, we'll see if we can do any... We don't actually have anything to cook right now. And we can get roller paper from the rune books. Well, we'll let the fire start to slowly heat ourselves back up. And I'm going to see if there is anything else that we can create for the time being. I don't think there's probably going to be much that we can create, but we want to see what we, have the ability to create. Now, getting something like a travel cloak could be really good, especially just in the rain that we're in at the moment. So to do that, we'd need linen wraps. And you know what? We're actually going to be able to get some linen wraps because we can make linen if we go and tear up some of the clothes that we have in the dresser here. So let's go ahead and take both of those and let's see if we can tear those up. Now I'm hoping we're going to be able to do that here, but we might not be able to. Let's see. Yes, we can. Perfect. And we can see that we can actually make some necromancer's gear here. Necromancer's bedroll, chair, and hut. And then that's how we can make some basic kind of tents that are, a little bit more evil of sorts. Okay, well, we'll get all the linen wraps we can from that, and we can see that we can actually make one. Now, I guess what's going to be better? I imagine the linen rather than burlap is going to be better, so we're going to go make ourselves a linen travel cloak, and we've actually got some left over as well, so I'm very much a fan of that, and that is going to help us just stay that little bit, well, drier in these conditions. I think next I'd like to be able to make a hood, kind of any kind of hood, and in saying that, she had a hood here, but I guess her robe is just hooded, right? Yeah, that must be the case, because we don't have a hood ourselves. Alright, well, while we're here, we're going to go through and just take whatever else we can. We are beginning to warm up, which is nice. Let's go steal some garlic. I kind of don't see this as stealing, as this is essentially all ours now. What else do we have in here? I don't think that's going to be useful to us at all. But we did have some carrots and other things in these sacks. We have food at the very least for a little while. Wow, what did that must have been from us at some point. Yeah. I don't see the bow being too useful to us, but we never know. Let's see if we can get some of this cooked. So we kneel ourselves next to the fire, start roasting some rabbit. Nice. And we do have auto drink and auto eat turned on, so we will be eating as we kind of go. I don't know whether or not we actually got a perk there or not, but we're going to have a look really quick. Let's skip the tutorial and just see if we did get anything camping-wise while we're here. What have we got? Firecraft. No. Zero perks to increase. We're at 67%, which ain't too bad. So we're going to go ahead and we want to exit, so we'll find the red one. There we go. Now, let's check on the time. See where we're at. It's 9:13 at the moment. We're not tired now, but I feel like we will be tired later. I'm just trying to think if there is anything else that we can really do to help with our survival today. Now, there is a very big structure that looms up above here, and I feel this is kind of why, you know, that we've decided to stay here, that Manos has picked this place as his base camp of sorts, because I can imagine there being many dead there. Many. So, let's see, we're just going to kind of come over by the fireplace here, and we're going to start reading some of those books that he managed to smuggle out of Whiterun. The first being Conjure Familiar. Alright, fantastic. Lesser Ward. And finally, Raise Zombie. Perfect. Now, all of these are going to be quite important skills to us, I am sure. So we're going to go ahead and just favorite all of them. And that's probably going to be one of our more favorite ones. Let's see, Lesser Ward. We're definitely going to want Lesser Ward as well, especially for, well, for combat with mages. Okay, let's see if we can do this here. So for the first time, and this might not work, he might not be good enough to raise someone like her yet, but we will try all the same. And she returns to us from beyond the grave. Now, she isn't going to be with us forever, but she will be with us for a while, and we can call more than one at a time, and we can actually treat them like companions. We can equip them with things, which I find to be quite interesting. That just kind of gets us out of that menu there, but we can equip them with things, and, well, that's a start. The moaning will probably get a little annoying after a while, potentially. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I haven't put my stone hatchet on yet onto the side. That does 10 damage. How much does the steel dagger do? Not as much. Let's grab the hatchet for the time being, and I want to see if we can smack this thing again. Now, we aren't very strong, so that's the reason why this might not work. Oh, damn. Any luck? No. I actually don't know if that registered it then. We don't really need that. I'm going to put that away, allow our stamina to come back a little bit faster, and I don't suppose you're going to be able to help us, are you? I'm surprised that she doesn't have a key, though, unless there's a key hidden here somewhere else. No, Anise? Okay, well, we're feeling fatigued, so we might be time for us to go to sleep. I'm just trying to see if there is anything else here. We actually missed some potatoes. We'll take the potatoes. I don't think we want to cook them just yet. Maybe tomorrow or the day afterwards, but we're going to have her to guard us while we sleep, and we're going to have the fire to keep us a little bit warmer. So, I'll welcome that. I do want to try this again, though. Let's see. Yeah, that's not telling us at all. Yeah, because unfortunately we have no lockpicks currently, and I don't see us being able to make some more. Nope, that lock ain't budging at all. Alright, well, while we're still here, I think I am going to try just some of our other abilities that we have. Scrimshaw, for example, I think we want to give a go. Primitive cooking, I'm going to look into in a second, just to see if there is anything interesting there. And, you know what, we might even practice just conjuring a familiar. Just to see how that goes. Oh, okay, we need a sharp rock or a hunting knife for that. Now, I don't suppose we can make one over here, can we? Yeah, no sharp rocks. I suppose it's kind of a different mod, so I imagine it wouldn't be under there. So Scrimshaw isn't an option. Let's, god damn it. Again, this is the inventory selection thing just not working properly. I was over primitive cooking, not over minor magicka, but we've gone and consumed it anyway, so yay us. Yeah, I agree, Anise, I agree. Okay, well, we can do some basic kind of cooking there. Seared rabbit, okay, nice. And maybe we'll try and do that next time. Strange brew. Gets you really drunk. Alright, interesting. Now, was there anything else here that we wanted to try and check? I guess Scrimshaw is it, right? Yeah. So, let's see if we can conjure ourselves a familiar. Let's head outside. See what we can call forth. Alright. And we have ourselves a spectral wolf as well. Now, I believe that they have been extended to 3 minutes, that she's meant to be able to be up and about. I hope that's the case, because we're going to have more than one around for any period of time. Oh, and just like that, she's dropped. Yeah. So, I guess it's been 3 minutes since we rose you, Anise. But you'll notice as well, she didn't turn into ash. Just another part of us being a necromancer. So, hey, familiar. How's it going? You watch the way. We're going to go to sleep. Call this a night, I think. And then we might explore tomorrow. We're going to do that with Anise. Keep her by our side. Alright. Let's go ahead. Oh, and he disappeared. I'm not surprised. He isn't going to last as long as some of the other dead that we have. Alright. So we are thirsty. Like I thought I heard something. Okay, we're getting a little cold. So the shelter is helping us from getting any colder, but apparently we're freezing, so the fireplace did run out, which is not so good. And we're in an environment right now where, you know, we're right near, right kind of near Riverwood, which isn't the coldest region of Skyrim. I guess getting down to Whiterun would be better, but yeah, we need to try and stay warm. And that's going to be a bit of a struggle in the clothes that we have. I don't know if we can get away with wearing some fur equipment as well. I mean, maybe. Are the hide boots going to help us out that much more? I'm not so sure. You know what? Because it's a new day, we're going to see if we can smack into this thing. Is that doing less damage? I feel like that's doing less damage today. Might be because we're freezing. The lock won't budge. No, it won't. We're going to need something that packs more of a punch. And we need to warm up. And we are going to be able to do that with the day. And I would kind of hope that the sun would be able to warm us up a little bit. But we are still freezing cold currently. Really less than ideal. You know what? You had some things that we can harvest from here. So we are going to do that. And you know what? We don't feel bad about it. I think Siggy would be proud. Let's see if we have anything left to actually get this thing going. We do have some books still, so let's just get a basic fire going. We're going to use some of those linen wraps. And we're going to use our strike stone. And this might actually get us... Well, I said that last time, but this might get us closer to leveling up our camping skill. Which means that we'll be able to start fires a little bit quicker. Yeah, I kind of imagine these first few days here being... essentially getting ourselves ready, and we have a camping perk available. Nice. Okay. Well, that's all that we can do with that for now, but we are going to go and increase our skill. That should hopefully help us get nice and warm, though. At least get away from being freezing. That would be the ideal. So I think we're going to go for Firecraft, and we are going to increase that 7 seconds faster in all weather conditions, so I think that'll be great. That will help us out a fair amount. You know what, we could probably spend a little bit of today, well the start of today at the very least, just gathering some wood, which I think is going to be a good idea. And I don't know if us actually using her could help us out in this regard. Quite possibly. So let's go ahead and return her. Right, Anise, let's see if you can help us with some wood here. So we are going to go and select that there, and we're going to attempt to harvest some wood. We want to go ahead and chop some dead wood. Now, I'll be interested to see if it said our companion helped us out with any of that. She's still around? I'm surprised. I thought she'd be gone by now. It's meant to take half an hour, but maybe it doesn't... Maybe it really doesn't take half an hour. Not so sure about that. But we did get some dead wood, so that's good. We're going to go and gather some branches as well. I think this is a responsible way for us to spend the start of our day. 4 branches, and we still have Anise around as well. Okay, well the fire has kind of dulled down a little bit now. I think we're going to jump in and just check our weather sense and see how things are at the moment. Okay, we're cold, but we're blocked from getting any colder, so I suppose that's nice. Now I'd like to go out and see if we could get some, or potentially get some fur. Yeah, I think Anise agrees. We are very cold. Yeah, I know. And we're probably going to get even colder. So I think we're going to go ahead and just get 2 lots of sparks on. We're going to have Raise Zombie ready. We can kind of click back to that, but we are just going to head out here. So if you will, follow me, please. Okay, now that Skeever, we could probably attempt to rise from the dead as well. But I think what we might want to do, the only problem though with this idea of me going over here is there's a whole heap of water still between us and our enemy. I wonder if I could just straight up tell you to no, I can't give her commands, sadly, in the same way that we could our companions. No. Oh well. Won't be able to tell her to attack remotely. But we did get attacked by a Skeever down here. Which means the Skeever will still be out here, and I don't... No, see, we don't actually have a hunting knife, so we wouldn't be able to skin even if we could. So, let's go grab some water while we're down by the river. I, the hunter across the way. Yes. We're probably going to have a lot of moaning going on around us. Let's see what these woods have in terms of alchemical supplies. And we'll just explore a little bit further out. I don't think we want to try and go towards Riverwood or anything like that just yet, but we will explore around here a little bit more. What I need to try and find out is how we can even just get a sharp rock, which is something really, really basic when it comes to... There might be something I'm missing in here, under the skills. Ah, it's going to be foraging. Okay, so we need to use forage. Apologize to anyone that was actually calling that out for me. I did hear you through the ether. So, let's attempt to forage. Forage around the area. Oh, we got a sharp rock. Okay, well that's great. I guess you just look for any kind of resource, and we found a sharp rock, so that does mean that we can do scrimshoring now. So, I'll just see if there's anything extra into scrimshoring that might pop up for us. We know at the very least... Yes, a large animal bone would be quite handy. Bone axe, not so bad. I think making things out of bones is a nice idea. Okay, well let's see if we can find anything living out here. Because we can use that sharp rock to get some hides. We'll most likely completely ruin them. But with enough ruined ones, you can still actually use them. You died, didn't you? Yep, I thought you did. Okay, so what we are probably going to do is go ahead and just put Raise Zombie on 2, because we're going to need to go between it quite often. I'll let you catch up. Let's go grab ourselves a butterfly. Or 2. And just keep our ears open for anything that we might have nearby. It's actually really damn tranquil down here by the water. We can see some of the standing stones across the way. Now, we don't have the Raise Dead ability, like the standing stone one. The one that, funnily enough, Rylan found last time. Something that we'll probably want to make our way to eventually. Something that I could kind of imagine being described in the book that we read when we learned exactly how to raise the dead in the first place. Well, the weather actually seems to be okay right now. We're not getting any worse, which is okay by me. We're not seeing a lot of animals around here. There looks like what have we got? Is it a person or is it a fox? It's very hard for me to tell from back here. We are going to approach it. Looks like there have been some large animals in the area. Now, we most likely could raise some of them if there are ones dead in the area. So I think for the time being, we're just going to try and sneak up along here. Oh, it's a rabbit. Okay. But with the mammoth bones being up here, it makes me think that... okay, yeah, we are getting chilly up here. Makes me think that there has been something large here. Now, I don't think we can get any of these. Apart from maybe if we forage around the area, we might actually be able to pick up some of the bones. Like, we can't pick those up, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. Someone's been eating people. Well, something has been eating people. If it's a goddamn sabcat again, I'm going to lose my... Yeah, I'm just going to lose it. Oh, that did the trick, apparently. More than I thought. And we got hungry as well. What did we eat? Pheasant roast. Okay. Well, the area actually does look clear for now. We might see if we can skin the poor rabbit. Okay, alright. Let's see. I'm going to start processing. I've got it so that it does that automatically. Okay, we are freezing now, so a little less than ideal. Okay. I'm having trouble at... there we go. Small animal bone, raw rabbit meat, animal fat. I think that's actually all that we're going to get from it. And how much time? Wow, the day has gone past pretty damn quick. And I think we are actually properly freezing right now. Yeah, so we might need to look at getting back home. Being up and around here is just a little too cold for us right now. But we managed to get some small animal bones, so we'll take that as a win. And we'll just try and get down to a slightly lower altitude, where I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit colder. Sorry, warmer. See, it's affecting my mind as well. Alright, let's get down here. We'll be able to get some more water along the way. Just focusing on these basic survival elements for the time being. Or we're full on water, apparently. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to check that, because I'm not so sure about that. Why don't I see it? Misk? Why is that only going to ingredients? Oh, that is misk. I guess it might be under all? For some reason... there we go, water skin. Yeah, we do need to collect some water, so... maybe I do need to go in just a little deeper. Oh, maybe because it isn't running here, the water is a little bit more stagnant. They could be taking that into account. The fact that if the water is flowing faster, like it is over here, it might actually be safer. Okay, I'm down with that. What I'm not down with is this weird, this is strange. I'm imagining we might need to come in and out of the area to kind of get rid of that. There we go. Thank you very much. Got some clay deposits down there. Alright, and hey, look, the skeever. Now, I might want to try and do some processing to the skeever, and I know that we've just lost our friend, who we're going to have to go back and get. How much time do we have? It's 4 now, and we're not freezing anymore. Yeah, we're not freezing. So let's see if we can get away with this. So we're going to field dress first, which I'm believing it's doing automatically. Yeah, that took an hour to do. Potato lost. Alright. I just want to carry it, actually. So let's see. Okay, we can't carry it. Interesting. That's a little surprising. Let's grab some fresh water. And let's see if we can find her. And see. She would have been following us. I don't want to let her go just yet because she is a mage, and while we were able to defeat her, I think she could still be useful to us. Now, I'm imagining she probably dropped by the rabbit, of all things. So if we come back up to where we were, which is going to take us into a slightly colder environment. We don't want to stay there for too long. Okay. And there she is. No other creatures came back, right? Yeah. Something's definitely been hunting around there, though. Oh, whoa, hey. Not what we wanted to do. And we missed, so we're probably going to have to wait for our magic to come back. Yay. Well, while we're waiting, we can just look around the area a little bit more. I wouldn't mind doing a quick forage around here to see if there is anything else that will turn up. You know what, we might do that now. Even though our magicka has come back, I just want to go near the bones and just see if we can use that foraging ability. And also, let's see how long it takes. 6:30 at the moment. We go forage. It takes probably about an hour. Yeah, and we found nothing of use, so I guess that's a little less than ideal. Where'd she go? What happened? Really? Oh no, she's still there. Okay, good. Just a little harder to see. So we don't miss this time. Let's get on back home. Come on now. Alright. Yep. So, I think between episodes, I might try and see if I can find a mod that makes the dead silent. Because I can imagine it becoming quite frustrating, especially when we have a number of them with us. I can imagine that becoming quite old, quite fast. Although I suppose it does kind of remind us that they are nearby, but either that or we might turn off those kind of subtitles, just because I think just seeing the all the time gets old. Alright, okay, we're almost back home, and because we prepared earlier and got all of our fire-making materials, this should be nice and easy, so let's go ahead and get the sucker started, use some of those branches, and we're going to use the linen wrap. Strike stone, boom. And we should be able to get a fire going that is going to take us through most of the night, because the reason we woke up freezing cold was because of us not properly stoking the fire. So, we need to make some kindling. Let's go ahead and just make... I think we need 4, don't we? Yes, we need 4. Okay. It's okay. That should be enough to get started. Okay. Alright. Now, we need a little bit more deadwood to be able to get it really going. But we can replenish fuel with just the branches. So I wonder if that's going to give us an extra 3 hours if we do that now. Or if we need to wait. Yeah, so what I might do is just have a look at it. 2 hours, so we could probably sleep for 2 hours and then essentially stoke the fire. But we're just going to leave that going for a little bit, and we're going to see if we can do some work just with those small animal bones that we found. So we're going to go to our scrimshoring, which I believe is 7. Nope, oh, that's foraging. Okay, well we actually found some things. Edible insect, edible mushroom, and do we actually have any more time on that? An hour, great. Nice. Okay, well, I'll take it. And while we're here, we're going to do it again. We're going to try to see if we can smash this thing open. I don't know if she hid the key somewhere, if she ate the key, but there is certainly no key in this place, at least that we can see. Now, I've gone blind somehow. I can still see things, but apparently I've gone blind because I can't see our stone hatchet anywhere. Let's go ahead and get it out. Let's try yet again. We strike with all our strength and nothing. And did that actually... I'm wondering if it is... No, it's still 9. Okay. Let's give it another go. Yeah, so it seemed to only tell me during the day that whether or not that was working, which I find interesting. Let's just have a quick knock. Oh my gosh, it worked. It worked. A light little knock was enough to do it. And it looks like she's staying up there, which, hey, I'm okay with that, but we've found our way down into her basement. And oh, was she hiding some things from us? All right. Well, let's just go through bit by bit. We're going to take all these rune books because we know we can use them for fire. See what she had hidden away in the cupboard. A black robe. Oh, black linen cloak. Yes, please. And a hat. We'll take the hat also. The black robes we'll take because we can probably do something with them. I want to try and, let's see what we got. Potent paralysis potion. Oh, she certainly was a witch. We've got poison. The lantern we might be able to do something with. So we'll take it. We'll take the spigot as well. The skulls we will take because we'll probably be able to use them in something. It doesn't seem to be a skull that we can take, unfortunately. No. Okay. Neither is that one there. Alright, well, yeah. You take what you can get. So we're just going to work our way around bit by bit. And it seems like this is probably going to be a better place for us to sleep because we won't need to constantly keep that fireplace going. We are filling our pack up though. We do need to be a little cautious of that. Alright. Alright, let's see what else we've got. We've got an iron dagger, we've got a drum and a flute. Let's see. Alright, we'll definitely take them. And we actually have a proper alchemy lab down here, which is awesome. We're going to have to try a lot of these ingredients to see exactly what they are going to do for us. I'm going to read that in just 1 second. Alright, what else we got? Can't take from the skull. The barrel has some white caps. Gladly take them. Nothing hiding in the bucket. I guess we're going to take the bucket. We're going to leave that behind. And saying that, I wonder if we can break the bucket up for anything. We might just take them for now, because there's a chance that we might be able to actually burn them. Okay, let's read Anissa's letter. Helgi dear, why do you hesitate? You can feel the power coursing in your blood. You have only to reach out and grasp it. Renounce that boy of yours and come live with me in the forest. My sister will be here soon. Together we can form a proper coven, and your training will truly begin. Ooh, interesting. Who's Helgi? I don't remember Helgi. Is there a Helgi in Riverwood? I think there is, actually. We also have an enchanting table as well, which is intriguing. I'm almost willing to take the... Well, actually, we can... I still want her to have those robes. I was thinking we'd take the enchantment from them. But something that I might take the enchantment from is our boots of sneaking, because there are other boots up there that we can just use. I think, first of all, we are going to go ahead and put on the worn linen cloak. Let's see, so that's 2020, but it looks friggin' awesome. Hopefully ours isn't super better. Let's see. 2020, okay, great, it's the same. I will 100% wear that then. And let's go ahead and we can't wear the hat and that at the same time. But the hat actually provides us more warmth. So while we're around the place, we might just wear the hat for the time being. But when we go out into the woods, we'll put our circlet on, because that's going to give us more magical abilities. And that seems to be pretty much the most of it. But we actually have somewhere where we can sleep now, so that is a big advantage to us. We're a bit hungry. There we go. I'm glad we actually did eat. Let's see, it is 10, so we are getting tired. Let's head back upstairs. No doubt she's probably collapsed into a heap. Yes, she has. Okay, well, she can just stay there. I don't think she's going to go anywhere anytime soon. Her body shouldn't disappear. I probably will need to confirm that, though, because there is a chance that they do despawn after a little while. So, yeah. Right, so we could put the hide boots on. I don't know if that's going to impact our magicka negatively. We're going to have a look, though. I'm going to jump in here. We are going to put on the hide boots. Should be under apparel. Yes, hide boots. Okay. Now, if we jump in and have a look at our magic, we can see under active effects if it is actually affecting us. No. I don't see that affecting us negatively, so I think we can get away with wearing those boots just underneath of our coat here. Yeah, and they look alright as well. So we're going to head back downstairs. Actually, I wonder if we should just recover some of the... I don't think we can actually recover any of those things, unfortunately. I want to see if there's anything else I can take. I imagine some of these we might be able to take again, potentially. You know what? I just want to see if there's anything that we can cook while we're here. I don't know if there was. Apparently, yes, there is. We can make seared rabbit, which actually aids stamina recovery. So we'll make seared rabbit instead. I think it's going to be a little bit better for us. And we can make a haunch as well, or two. Okay, nice. That'll keep us going for a little while. Right, and we can actually make kindling from the buckets, so I think that's what we're going to do. That's actually awesome to know that we can do that. That's very freaking cool. Great, we get a decent amount of kindling from that. Excellent. And we can feed the fire with kindling. Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. Well, we'll have to try and do that more often. When we find things like that, like the bucket, for example. I very much like that. And only 19 minutes left. We aren't going to be using it. I think we'll be warm enough downstairs. At least that's my hope. So we'll probably just leave it going for the time being, and I think we're going to head back downstairs. Oh, what a night. A beautiful night at that. Yeah, let's get back downstairs. We'll leave Anise for the time being. I'm sure she's going to be safe up here. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to come for her or for us for that matter. I'm really happy we managed to get into the cellar. Okay, so it has been a million years since I've used an enchanting table, but we're going to see if I can remember how to do it. So the boots of sneaking, we're going to see if we can learn this. Okay, yeah, let's learn that enchantment. Fantastic, so we now can use Fortify Sneak on items, and that has actually got us to level up, so I'm very happy with that. Excellent. Very nice. So we can enchant these items here. I don't think there's anything here that we really want to enchant. We could maybe enchant the hide boots now with the Fortify Sneak ability using the Petty Snoll gem. That is only going to increase our sneaking by 1%, which is obviously not a lot at all. It would help get our enchanting a little bit higher. Do we want to use that soul gem for that? Well, I mean, it is a pretty basic soul gem. I think we are going to do that. There we go, just getting our enchanting up. Alright, and are we wearing the boots now? Or have we taken them off? We probably have. Nope, we're still wearing them. Fantastic. I'll take it. Alright, now, let's see. Let's jump in and have a look at our level up here. So what are we going to want to level up? I'm pretty sure I do want to put some more points into Magicka. Now, we do use Destruction a fair amount, but I think our most important skill is going to be Conjuration. However, we haven't done much in the Conjuration department. You can see that there is one skill that I have unlocked, and the reason I've unlocked that skill is to allow us to summon more than one minion at a time, or at least to raise more than one dead. The idea is that Manos wants to build an army of dead, and we can't do that if we can only raise one or two at a time. Well, one. It takes a long time even to be able to raise two. So I think what we might do here is just start off with Conjuration Mastery, which is going to allow us to cast them for 35% less Magicka, and they will last longer. So I'm on board with that. Now we can see that there are a number of different skills that we get here. Conjuration Dual Casting empowers it, increases the effectiveness and cost. Okay, interesting. It might be worthwhile us getting, but it's going to be a little while off. We need to have 20 to kind of get anything else. There are some interesting ones that kind of pop up early on. Rat King being one of them, meaning we can summon 3 skeevers under our control. Their corpses can be raised, so we could be a Rat King of sorts? Yeah. And that's, I guess, how we banish them, or how we stop them from coming. Feed the Monster is a pretty interesting one. It allows us to feed human flesh to conjured or reanimated corpses. It heals them and increases their health and Magicka. So, yeah, not bad. Soul Raider, okay. Yeah. I don't think we're going to be doing soul trapping so much. Bone Collector is an interesting one, though. I did like the sounds of this one. Find 11 types of bones on humanoid corpses. 4 bone altars are marked on the map. At a bone altar, convert one of each bone into a skeleton warrior. Skeletons do not count against your summon limit. Enemies can only temporarily defeat them, not destroy them. So that could be, the skeleton warriors essentially could be the backbone, if you will, of our army, of the army of Manos Dravil. Yeah. Ravenous Dead, we can see the level cap reanimation spells is increased by 1% per level of conjuration, and reanimated undead gain 200% extra attack. Wow, damn, for 15 seconds after being reanimated. So it means that, upon reanimating, they are going to be really dangerous, which is kind of cool, because essentially once we kill an enemy, I want to be raising them. That's how that army will work, and there's a whole heap of really good things further on, but we don't really need to concern ourselves with those too much just yet. Now, how close? We're actually kind of close to getting up to level 3. Getting these levels early on are going to be really important for us, so yes. I think for the time being, though, we might just attempt to sleep, but you know what? Let's have a look here first. We're going to stay up for a little bit longer. What is the time at the moment? It's 11. It's getting a little late, but I guess we woke up pretty early today. So let's have a look at these ingredients. We are going to want to go through and use each of them. The bee husk we are going to use. Even though we've got one of these, I think it's still better for us to learn the potential benefits of using them. Okay. Yeah, that hurt us a little bit. I'm not surprised. Let's stop losing health now, please. Okay, that's good. I guess we could do a little bit of work on restoration. which is set to, at the moment, 3. So let's go ahead and use our restoration. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm okay with the necromancy using restoration as long as I'm using it on myself to keep myself alive. Yeah. So let's jump onto the alchemy table and see what we can make. It looks like we can make some restore health potions, or at least these are things that we know they have this kind of ability. But obviously we'll need more ingredients of each to be able to actually make any of the potions. We could try and combine a few along the way. Potion of unknown effect. Alright, let's see if we can get anything out of that. Failed to brew the potion, but we did get a little bit better. Okay, damage magicka, we'll take it. Just essentially experimenting, seeing if we're having any kind of effect here. Fortify heavy armor, okay. Nothing there. So we know the salt pile doesn't work. Okay. And that's that, and that's that, and that's that. Okay, alright. So we did learn a little bit there, and we will learn more over time. Yeah, Manos is by no means a expert at that. Now, I'm probably going to want to jump into our resources and just see if there is anything interesting or new that we can create for the time being. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about making a walking stick or anything like that for the time being. Getting a fur cloak would be nice. It would help us with the cold. Or at least getting fur shoes. Getting fur shoes and fur gloves would be nice. I think in this case we probably have to get fur gauntlets. Yeah. So we'll need to go hunting to get some of those. And even rough baiting we need... Yeah, so actually sleeping down here won't be easy to do without this. We have a skull, but we'd need leather and a fur plate to be able to make a necromancer's bedroll. So we're still a little while off that. So I actually think that we are going to have to sleep up top again. So that fire has probably gone out, unfortunately. Oh god, it's hammering down. That's less than ideal. See if we can get this thing going. Alright, we are going to use some of our kindling to get that going. Linen wrap. And you know what? We can actually use fire magic to do it now. So let's attempt to use our fire magic. Nice. Looks like I'm a little bit stuck in the in this chest here. Well, on the bench. It's slowly starting to feed heat into it. Alright, not bad. We've got it started. Let's get it up to flickering. Let's just use some of the rune books because they're going to be a little bit heavier. Okay, not bad. And let's just use some of the fuel for now. Should hopefully give it just some more time. Now, I want to see if it did give it more time or if it just kind of reset the clock. Okay, so we can sleep for 2 hours and 58 minutes. So, if we sleep for 2 hours, we're going to have to wake up and stoke the fire. So, we'll do that, rest for 2 hours. We're going to have a drink, and we'll stoke the fire. It'll give us a little bit more time. No, we want to use kindling. Let's see how long we've got in it. You gonna tell us? Okay, 2 hours and 57 minutes. So again, it's essentially another 2 hours that we can kind of rest. Alright. And we'll stoke it again. We could go for 3, but the fire would go out, which we don't want to be happening right now. Alright. We've replenished the fuel. 2 hours, and so we're going to rest again for another 2 hours. It just means that our sleep is going to be a little bit broken up, unfortunately, but means that we stay warm throughout the night, and we actually feel rested now. So even though we did have a slightly wonky night, we managed to survive it all the same, and we survived our first few days out here back in Skyrim. He is on the way to achieving his goal. He has managed to raise the dead back to life. I think Anise will assist him further as he attempts to learn the ways of necromancy. But guys and gals, that has been the first episode of this new season of Seeking Sovngarde. I hope you enjoy our character, I hope you enjoy our story. We have a lot more of his tale to tell. But that is going to be in the next episode. I hope you're really enjoying the new season of Seeking Sovngarde. I'm really enjoying it as well. And thank you for letting me know your feelings about the series. If you're enjoying our new character, let me know in the comments as well. It's going to be an interesting playthrough, especially with a, darker character again. Yes, there will be some, I would say morally grey, but no, there are just going to be some straight up morally black decisions that are going to be made throughout this playthrough. I hope you'll stick with it all the same. I've been Rycon. This has been Manos Dravil, the necromancer. You have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.